Hey, shout out to Justin Gordon also, man, pulling up, dropping a super chat, man. Do appreciate you from the heart. All right. Hopefully you had a good Valentine's weekend as well. All right. Shout out to the lovers in the building. It says, Steelers Nation is seeking comfort in Justin Fields' youth. The offense was on the struggle bus with him. Just 1 to 2 touchdowns plus Boz's leg. With Russ, 3 to 4 touchdowns plus Boz's leg. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. And it looks like he spun the block and he says, if they give Justin Fields the keys, all the best. But you can't tell Cam and TJ you are serious about winning a Super Bowl now. What Justin Fields has put on tape. Justin Fields is a big if. Man. Justin Gordon. Woo-cha. All right. Okay. Well, you're not completely wrong. You're not. And in fact, you do have a lot of things that I agree with. You know how revisionist history goes. The further we get away from it, the more we start to remember how we want to remember it, and certain things do get altered. I'm with you, but at the same time, there are certain upside parts for Justin Fields that do warrant the enthusiasm, do warrant the optimism. And I think that's the part that we can't go all the way one way versus the other way with him, right? But yeah, I do also remember what you're referring to, man, where, offensively we did have some limitations where we were still starting slow out the box, not having touchdowns on the first opening drives of those first 15 plays. We were talking about times where the offense looked like it was just not fully opened. And we had our questions about why that was. And there were certain parts where there were concerns about were they limiting it due to the inability of Justin Fields, or were they just simply putting training wheels on him despite his ability to do more? We, obviously are back and forth on the validity to either sides of that. But I think that all of that is valid when you're taking into context, Justin Fields' performance. With Russ, you did get an uptick in touchdowns, but he also was at the head of the ship when it went bad. And that's the part when you're the quarterback, you don't get to just brush that under the rug. That doesn't get minimized and get thrown on somebody else's plate because you're the guy. So that's the other part where, yes, we never saw Fields, get the 3 and 4 touchdowns, but we also never saw Fields lose 5 straight games. That was the part with Russ where, he was at the head of the ship for that. And like I said, it wasn't all on him, but when you're the quarterback, you go down with the ship. It's like the Titanic, baby. You know the drill. Come on now. So when I think of, that part of it, there are some elements where I'm like, if I'm TJ or if I'm trying to sell Justin Fields as a long-term or as the guy that I'm bringing back to a Cam or a TJ, I'm telling him, man, look, you got the first 6 games out of him and you were 4-2. And that was with him still developing, but us also kind of limiting what he was completely capable of. The plan is full offseason, add weapons around him, lean into him, support him all the way. Defensively, I'm going to get you guys a resource or two to help you guys out on the back end. And the plan is we're not going to live on our fears. We're going to watch this guy develop. We're going to rally around him, and it's going to work out. That's the way that you sell it to them dudes. Now, them dudes could easily turn around and say, man, I don't believe it. I haven't seen it just yet. You selling me something that's a dream. Get me up out of here. They could also respond like that. But to me, that's how I would sell it to a Camp or to a TJ if I'm the organization and I'm making the decision to go with Justin Fields this season going forward. Like I said, man, but I could definitely understand it, man, whether you are optimistic about him or pessimistic about him because of, like I said, just as a whole, what his play has been up until this point. It's been a lot of inconsistency, and even though it was very consistent this year, it was a super small sample size in comparison to all of the other, negative things that have taken place with him, man.